It's your boy Online Davo, and we back with another video. Look, we got a video about old Meezy. After 3 years, she's still hating on Michael B. Jordan. Now, I think this was a lady. I think like one of the little Walker interview ladies who was interviewing him at the release of Creed 3. And let's just get into the video, and we're gonna see why she's still hating after 3 years. Come on.
On the Hustle Show, we got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure.
But look at the hypocrisy, right? They're mad at her for saying someone was corny in high school that she didn't even say, and then proceed to say things 1,000 times worse than what she said.
10,000 times worse.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That doesn't even make sense.
One of my homeboys reached out to me like, oh, Michael said his bad, yo. It was a article he read. He thought you said it. But you went on all these other publications. Not only that, I have a nationally syndicated morning show. The thing that hurts from it, and this is why now I watch what I do, because I was defending him a lot. Think about all the people that were saying many things about this man. And I would always be like, nah, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't be defending people like that no more.
Whoa, let me get this straight.
Wait,
Now
what?
you want Oscar-winning Best Actor Michael B. Jordan to come on your platform and apologize to you because you called him corny or you used to tease him? See, it's always somebody with some colored hair. A couple years ago when Creed 3 came out, Michael B. Jordan had an awkward interaction on a red carpet with a former high school classmate. She had apparently said some disparaging things on a podcast and used to make fun of him back in the day. And now she's behind the velvet rope looking for an opportunity or shot just to talk to Michael B. Jordan. After taking no accountability for her words and her actions at that time, it totally blew up in her face. And now that Michael B. Jordan has won his little man trophy, the Oscars that is, the clip is resurfaced and she is back to double, nay, triple down in the fact that she is the actual one that is offended. She needs some sort of retribution and that Michael B. Jordan should apologize. Sister, if you're new to this video, please
hear
make
this.
sure
Let me
you
hear
hit that
this
like and
shit, man.
subscribe button. It goes a long, long way for the community. Every subscription that you get.
You know what's crazy too? Michael B. Jordan was on The Wire. Was it either high school or middle school? One of those. He was starring in The Wire, bro. And that movie and that TV show is goated. So it's like, how you gonna call someone that's corny who's literally on your television? Man, come on, man. I guess because they see him in real life and they probably like, oh, he don't act. You know how people be thinking. Man, come on.
Give to me is like an Oscar award. And I need those for when the haters come and I gotta stiff arm Heisman them from getting some type of interview. Now, back into the video. The Oscar Awards just ended this past weekend and Michael B. Jordan and the movie Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler, featuring Delroy Lindo, and a cast of other people, had a record-breaking weekend. 16 nominations, 4 wins. I think it was the first woman to win Best Cinematography, only the 6th black male actor to win Best Actor in the Oscar category. It was just a phenomenal weekend. And most people celebrated these monumentous moments. But there was somebody out there who has just been throwing darts at a Michael B. Jordan poster for a long time that just could not
Really?
let him live. His former high school classmate L'Oreal has a podcast, and on said podcast, her and her co-host were talking about Michael B. Jordan from the past and a little bit of how he sits in current day perspective to them. And we know how these podcasts goes. Shit, somebody was trying to get it off.
That Michael B. Jordan is just like a nice, corny guy. And I don't mean that as a slight, right? I mean, we all know that the nice, corny guys treat you the best.
To be honest with you, we teased him.
Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, bro. No dude strives in life to be the nice, corny guy. Okay? No dude wakes up like, you know what? I'm gonna be the nice, corny guy today. Nobody thinks that, bro. Now, you could just be like, damn, what's wrong with being nice? Ain't nothing wrong with being corny. What's wrong with that? But it's like how you saying it, man. It's like one of those things in which on the surface, it don't sound wrong, but depending on the context, it could be taken a certain way. So it all depends on how Michael B wants to take it, because you also got to factor in their relationship or their type of interactions they had. You feel me? Because now I feel like you calling me corny and like, what you mean by that? You feel me? Because we're not even cool like that. So that's how I'm taking it.
All the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan. Let's start there. And he was no Michael Jordan. And then he also
would come to school with headshot. We lived in Newark.
Yeah.
Like that's the hood. You know what I mean? So we would make fun of him, like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like, and now look at him.
Now look at it.
Oh, that's pretty cringe. I think it's weird because
Damn, that nigga Michael did the real life. Beat it, chick. He did the real life meme. The beat it, chick. Damn, Michael, they was hating on you. I feel it, though. It'd be like that. You know, people got to see it in fruition before they can respect it. You know, that's how most people do, man. You got to do it a few times for people to really be like, damn, okay, this is what you really be doing. You don't know one hit wonder. But those people are usually the haters. So their opinion doesn't, like, matter, you know?
Michael B. Jordan was a childhood actor. I think he started getting into roles at the age of 9 or something like that, maybe even a little bit sooner. Started off with some magazine shoots, then rolled into The Sopranos, some other film spots, some TV, et cetera, et cetera. But for the most part, him walking around with headshots as an artist.
Michael B. Jordan's on The Sopranos? Hey, that brother been, hey, man. Hey, shout out Michael B. Jordan, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Let's take a moment. Shout out, bro. He really, you know what I'm saying? He really been doing this thing, man. He really been going crazy. I did not know that. He been, this is within him, not on him. You feel me?
Already accomplished and already staged child actor kind of makes a lot of sense. Now, I do want to make a distinction here because I think it comes up later on in the video, and it's kind of important. Her podcast mate is the one that actually calls Michael B. Jordan corny. She just says that they used to make fun of him now and that he was a loser back in the day for having some headshots. Could she have stepped in and defended Michael B. Jordan? Absolutely. But we'll save that for a little bit later in the video. Now, that was on a podcast in which you don't think a lot of people will see, but on the red carpet of Creed 3, when she gets confronted, the conversation quickly goes awkward.
On the Hustle Show, we got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But
Damn. Okay, so I guess now that we got the full context, it's one of those situations in which when my name was brought up when I wasn't around, you didn't step in and say something. Now you're in my face like shit good. You feel me? And Michael B could feel however you want to feel about it, you know? Like, he heard corny, he heard you talking to somebody, calling him corny, and you didn't squash it. You added on to it, you feel me? You didn't like really acknowledge it, but you added on to it. So he probably takes that as, look, you was rocking with it, you probably think the same way that she do because you didn't check it, you know? So I get it. I understand.
yeah, he is obviously killing things out here. How is the difference between you actually directing and working with the same people that you were directed with versus?
It was awesome. You know, it's a family vibe.
Yeah.
Last nine years of my life, I spent on the Creed films. They're very supportive. You know, Tessa, Felicia, Rashad, Wood Harris, people that see me grow up. And for the fact that I stepped behind the camera and finally got a chance to direct them, they loved it, they embraced it, and it was a wonderful experience.
And was it difficult for you mentally because you're coming out of a different space?
I didn't know he was doing the athletic gear. I mean, I was staying in it. This is about y'all. This ain't about me.
Isn't this the sexiest man show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now who's the sexiest man? Because I thought you said you're on the way up. He might be the one right now.
This is the one. This is the one right here. Yeah. See
So is it a tie?
Ain't no tie. We don't compete. Yeah, we don't compete.
Two number ones.
Technically,
Batman and Batman. Or should I? Oh, no, can't say that.
Superman and Superman.
Superman and Superman, sorry.
Good luck with that.
love you, bro.
And how was it filming in Atlanta?
It was amazing. I've done 4 or 5 films down here, shot a couple television shows, so Atlanta's a second home to me, and I love coming down here to shoot.
Favorite restaurant here?
Oh, man. Whatever hotel I'm in, their restaurant.
Well, you're not corny anymore.
Well, you're not corny anymore.
See?
Talk about
Oh my God. She was doing so good. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to let it die.
Well, you're not corny anymore.
Why would you say that? Why? Okay, boom. You had a rough start. Oh my gosh. Some people don't know when to just shut up, to be honest. Why even put the focus back on that? I low-key forgot that they even had that interaction because it started showing the full clip. She just reminded me that she said that man, whew, they got me stuttering all type of shit.
Well, you're not corny anymore. Talk about cringe Olympics. You scaring the niggas away. Now, a lot of people felt differently in this interaction. Was Michael B. Jordan wrong? Should he be harboring these feelings from high school? Was it also weird for her to do a double and triple down? And I'm no expert. That's why I've decided to tap into my panel of experts, my panelist, singular person of experts, and figure out what they had to say about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Danielle. Danielle, was she wrong for bringing that up on the red carpet? And was Michael B. Jordan wrong for his response?
Well, okay, in her defense, she didn't bring up her bullying him on the red carpet. She was just like, oh, we went to school together. So let me say that. Now, was he wrong? Absolutely not. I stand with him. And I really hate to do that against a black woman, but he was all right. And to all of my bullies in high school, I want you to remember it. And then when you come into my DMs years later with the hey boo, I remember you. So all of that to say, I stand with Michael B. Jordan. In this instance, he was right.
So this picture is just amazing because imagine being a high school bully and bullying the corny guy only for him to become a superstar and you being the person to interview him at his red carpet event. All I have to say is show respect to the people around you because you never know where they're gonna go and who they may become. Apparently Michael B. Jordan was the butt of the joke. And L'Oreal and Michael B. Jordan used to go to the same school in Newark. Imagine bullying Wallace on The Wire.
That's
Even
crazy.
worse, bullying the guy who played Killmonger. You know what sounds way worse? Bullying the sexiest man alive.
Hey, Creed, in case you were confused, that corny ass shit you did is why niggas think you corny. In case you were off a little bit. As to why you niggas keep thinking that money hides corny.
But you just said corny, not negative.
I don't.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you just said corny is not.
Hey, is corny a negative or a positive? Or is it depends on the context it's being used in? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, if we're using words like corny or weird, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna sound different depending on what's being spoken about. If someone talk about he was corny and nice, and then you add on he used to bring his headshots to school and we live in Newark, that sounds like, why he hella corny for bringing his headshots to the hood? That's what it sounds like to me. Like, this nigga corny as fuck trying to bring his movie headshots and be in the hood. Like, what's up with bro? He weird. But he took it a certain way and he wanted to address it. He wanted to put it out there in the air. You know what I'm saying? It was set on his heart. So then you got people that saying, okay, corny's not a negative thing. He's just in his feelings. But then they also use corny as a negative when they're talking towards him. Which one is it? You know what I'm saying?
Negative. You said I don't think it's negative.
What Roy said.
So why you saying it's corny? Because it's your perception of the word. I'm telling you about mine. I'm telling you my perception of that word. As another nigga they've called corny his whole career is not that.
You don't think that there's like a limitation as to how long that somebody can harbor feelings for somebody, like a bully?
No. Also, I feel like I could personally be a professional grudge holder. And I feel like grudge is almost too strong. I just have a good memory. That's all that is. Why wouldn't I bring it up?
What about the public embarrassment aspect? Now, she did it on her podcast, her publicly syndicated radio show.
Wait, she did what?
Like, that's where they made the initial comments about him being corny, and then her saying that we used to tease him all the time because he wasn't no Michael Jordan.
That's on her. Now, if you're gonna do that in public, that's on you. And as someone who's in the public eye, you would think she would know that. If you're gonna say that in public, be ready for the public response. That's it.
If it was me, I would have had one of my homegirls beat her up. That's just me. I would have had one of my homegirls.
You're literally just chatting.
I would have had one of my homegirls put the chest blow, arm pull, neck chop.
You're 30.
Nah, that's crazy. 30 ball is nasty.
You're 30.
You're 30. Hey, she hit bro with that. You're 30. Why you acting like this, bro? You're a 30 baller. Come on now.
I'll say this, you probably haven't ever seen this. She does go on TMZ and give a little bit more clarity and depth as to what really happened in the situation.
Just the bully narrative is crazy. And the things that people are saying to me, like they hope I get and popped in my head.
Damn.
So it's one last
be in the world. Like, I just think, like, if you were upset because you thought I called him corny and those are the things that you're rebuttaling with, it's like the crime and the punishment, that if that's what you thought I said, it doesn't even match up. Like, how is that okay? The narrative is definitely still pushed. I feel like
Yeah, there's gonna always be people out there who's gonna take it to that extra level. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the internet and they can say whatever they want to say, so they're gonna use that opportunity to say some crazy shit. You know? But I think the vast majority of people are just like, look, it be like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? The rabbit got the gun. You feel me? The tortoise won. You know? It's just one of those moments of like, look at that, full circle, damn. You know? But the people asking to do all that crazy, heinous shit, I don't think a lot of people are doing that. I think that's the loud minority. Because those are going to be one that gets your attention. You feel me? Because you can easily deflect someone saying they're going to do all this crazy stuff to you because you bully someone in high school. But are you going to be able to adequately defend yourself or adequately, you know, tell your side of the story when someone comes at you like, look, what you did in high school, you was bullying him, you did call him corny, you was sitting by when someone called him corny and you added on to the corny joke. So he's allowed to feel his way how you feel about it. He's allowed to address you publicly when he was able to get up with you because you talked about him publicly on your time. So he's able to address you on his time. Now, can you be like, yeah, that's unprofessional? Hey, that's what he chose to do. It's all in the eye of the beholder. You feel me? But I view it as, look, when he got up with you, he addressed it. And y'all just happened to run into each other at the Creed premiere shit. That's how I look at it.
admitted exactly what I said. And then even those words got turned around. When I told the story, it was super lighthearted. It wasn't even in the sense of me breaking down the entire school experience. FYI, we went to school together for 1 year. So the narrative that I bullied him all throughout high school, this was 7th grade. We were like 12 years old and everybody made fun of each other. And then I would get joked on because of my complexion. And, I went to a predominantly black school. So it's like white girl, oh, your boy, now you're mocking me because of my voice. We made fun of each other. That was school, that was 1 year. Again, I've never bullied him.
See, that's the thing when it comes to these type of situations. Was Michael B. Jordan in your friend group in which y'all was talking shit to each other? Because look, I got a friend group. I talk shit to my niggas all the time. Hey, you my homie, you my brother. I'm gonna get up on you. You feel me? But I'm not talking shit about people outside the friend group because honestly, they don't mean nothing to me. You feel me? They're not. I don't have no relation to them. So why would I be talking trash about them? Why'd I be making jokes towards them? You get what I'm saying? So unless Michael B. Jordan was in your friend group, it sounded like you were just teasing him, and he wasn't really friends with you like that to be getting teased by you in a lighthearted way. It
sounds so outrageous to me. Like me bullying Michael B. Jordan his whole life. Wouldn't we have heard about this before this? Yeah, I do feel like he took everything out of it. It gave the Will Smith thing where it's like, he's heard numerous people probably call him this before because this is not something we haven't
Man,
right?
what?
I just never said it. I've defended him numerous times just because of the fact that I did have a rapport with him. And I never...
Oh my gosh. You see, the way she ended the interview, talking about something, well, you're not corny no more. This all has been a continuation from there. If she would have just left it how it was, it would have been good. But it's like, the more she talks about it, the more that you like, okay, yeah, you're in the wrong. Or like, yeah, your mindset, you definitely said it in a certain way. At least that's how I feel. At least that's what I'm hearing. Because, what?
I said we were best friends. I never said, we were cool, and that was just that.
That was kind of crazy. Yo, there was so much going on.
Now, of course, you got to say, of course, anybody saying that she deserves to DIE is crazy.
Yeah.
Of course, that's out of bounds. Now, for what I will say, though, she's listening to internet, bots. Her trying to put her trauma in this situation about her being high yellow is insane. We done with the light skin.
Really.
That's great.
And I'm gonna hold every collective light-skinned black person's hand as I say this. Let it go. Let it go. You're fine. We're fine. It's okay. You got bullied, sure. Light skin, racism, color, it doesn't exist.
Did they ever call you white girl?
They did. They called me Oreo.
Are you still holding on to that? If you see those bullies in the streets?
A little bit.
Oh my God. Oh wow.
Now, am I gonna say something? No.
Oh, okay.
Would I just keep it pushing? Absolutely. Like if you were on the street and you were asking,
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think nobody bullied me. I'm gonna keep it real. I can't think of no time me ever getting bullied. I wasn't no bully either though. It was never that serious to me. To be honest, I'm gonna let you do your thing. But really think about it though. Really think about the mindset to be a bully. You really got some other stuff going on. And you're expressing that towards, like, nigga, don't get mad at me because you got some shit going on in your household, bro. Like, what? You mad because I'm happy and I'm smiling? So you just a hater. But you know, they get hyped up and stuff like that. Some people change. But some people, they don't get the opportunity to.
asking me for $1, I would not give it to you. But would I say, oh my gosh, you were the bully and that's why you're on the street today? No, I'm not gonna do that. I just know in my heart of hearts that you bullied me.
I do think what's interesting though is that she claims that she defended Michael B. Jordan in the past and I can acknowledge she wasn't the one that said anything on that podcast specifically about him being corny. That was the podcast mate. But I think in that situation, if you don't believe these things and you've defended him before, that's the opportunity to defend him now. No? Because corniness is a little bit of an attack on his character. If we really want to...
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people are just corny, and that's okay.
But we know that corny has like a negative connotation, and the way that people were using it was in negative.
I mean, yeah. I think it is attacking. Your character is kind of your personality, right? Or am I tripping? Like, if someone calls you weird or someone calls you a weirdo, there has to be something within your character for them to label you as a weirdo, because that's you. You get what I'm saying? So if someone's corny, then there's something within their character that they're doing that makes them do corny things. I don't know.
So them saying, or your podcast mate saying that he was corny, all it really took was I don't know about that now. If you didn't even want to get into it in depth. But she didn't even do that. She sat there and then doubled down on it. Yeah, he had them headshots.
Now, in the video, though, that we just watched on TMZ, that was what made me laugh. Was when she was like, I mean, maybe he was triggered because I'm sure other people have said it and I've heard it because a lot of people think that.
Trying to get it off.
Crazy style.
Yeah, sure.
Well, now just 3 years later, Michael B. Jordan has now reached another pinnacle of success, sixth black male actor to win Best Oscar, and she just can't let it go. She is taken back to the timeline, L'Oreal, on another podcast, and I think that's actually the real problem. Everything else, it's not the colored hair, right?
Not too much.
It's not the colored hair.
Her expressing herself.
I swear to you, it's the podcast. It's the podcast and just having mics in front of her. But she sat down on another podcast, the Listen to Black Women podcast. And she talked about how Michael B. Jordan actually should have came on her show and got in front of the bullets that she was getting.
But look at the hypocrisy, right? They're mad at her for saying someone was corny in high school that she didn't even say, and then proceed to say things 1,000 times worse than what she said. Where's the logic?
It's crazy.
That doesn't make sense. And you didn't even say it, and no one has ever said, hey, our bad, we went back and heard the audio. You didn't say it, it was in your friend.
Oh no, people came up to me and was like, oh, you know, my fault. But the disrespect was way louder than the apology. I didn't even, one of my homeboys reached out to me like, oh, Michael said his bad, yo. It was an article he read, he thought you said it. But you went on all these other public.
my homeboy. So nigga, who your homeboy? You know what I'm saying? Who's your homeboy who is cool with you and with Michael B. Jordan at the same time for y'all to be having these type of conversations? You know what I'm saying? Because man,
not only that, I have a nationally syndicated morning show. Come have a seat and talk about it. You know, the thing that hurts from it, and this is why now I watch what I do, because I was defending him a lot. Think about all the people that were saying many things about this man. And I would always be like, nah, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I don't be defending people like that no more.
Who are these people?
You can get mics from Best Buy. And you can get them uncomfortable ass chairs from Ross, because that shit look crazy.
Hold on now, because I like to pick up a few items from Ross.
I think there's some
Ross
lies.
go crazy.
Nobody that's close to Michael B. Jordan then called you and said, "Yo, Mike, apologize."
His people reached out to her people.
No, that's cap. And I don't agree with the concept that he owes you a sit down, because the internet ran with the narrative of, or not even the narrative. The internet interneted. The internet did what the internet does. He owes you a sit down to stand in front of bullies that he doesn't know are being made.
Okay, right now I'm of the opinion that she bullied that man, she got called out, and this is the cleanup. But let's say if this was all just a misunderstanding, it was really somebody else, he would owe her an apology and a sit down publicly. He would, because the vitriol started off of the corny kid, right? It did start there.
This is a high expectation of somebody who doesn't know what's going on. Like, he doesn't know her DMs are.
We gotta raise the bar. We gotta raise the bar.
Did she call him and say, "Hey, my DMs are flooded with I got a DIE"? Stop it. Let's stop it.
We don't know.
Let's stop it. No, we know.
I don't know.
Yeah, we know, because apparently they were cool, but they weren't cool, and they were only 12.
In 7th grade.
In 7th grade. They were 12. Is that right? 12 and 7th grade.
Maybe.
13, 14 years, something like that.
Yeah,
Honestly, there's a lot of
so.
cap in there. And the last thing that I will say is the whole concept of, like, I'm not going to defend people anymore. I'm scared of you. I'm a little bit scared of you.
I feel like that's a valid response.
I don't think it's a valid response.
I'm not saying it's.
I mean, my thing is this, right? She said she defended him before from all these people. I don't know who. Maybe on Twitter or something, because when I was on Twitter back in the Dizzy, every few months, Michael B. Jordan name would come up and people would talk about him being corny and all that other stuff, right? So maybe she's saying she would defend Michael B. Jordan in those moments on Twitter. But the clip that he's seen, you didn't defend him, right? So it's kind of like you added on to it. So it's like, okay, if I was Michael B. Jordan, would I go on her show to apologize? Nah, I don't know if I'm doing all that. We go on the whole show to apologize? I don't know. I don't know. But I will probably be like, damn, that was a misunderstanding. My bad. I apologize on like Instagram or something. I don't know. But I don't think I'm gonna go on her show though. I'll tell you that. I'm not going on her show. But I don't know what I would do though.
Right or wrong. I'm saying I do get it. I'm defending this person and all of a sudden I'm being attacked because of this person.
Your defense of a person shouldn't be about the theoretical if something will happen to me with this person in the future. Like, if I've done right, wrong, or if I've done right or if I've done good or whatever the case may be, and people are saying bad things about me, and you know that I've done good, you should defend me and not think to myself, maybe if Omar crosses my path in 15 years, will he defend me? You scarred bigger than the situation, I think. I honestly think.
I disagree.
That's gonna stop. Michael B. Jordan not coming on your platform is gonna stop you from defending Mother Mary from the church. Explain that. Disagree or agree with that? Let me know.
I'm saying I disagree in the sense that.
Stop.
In the sense that, okay, if you've been burned once, like, you may not be as ready to put your hand back over the fire, even if that's the right thing to do. I'm saying from a human nature sense, like, I get that reaction.
I understand what you're saying. I get the reaction. I think it's an overreaction, and I'm on the outside, so I can tell her, hey, that's an overreaction. No, just as a spectator.
Or what if she's been burned in the past and this was just the extra burn?
I don't think Michael B. Jordan was. She's been burned multiple times before in her life. Is she saying Michael B. Jordan the only person who burned her?
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't know her past. This could have been the straw that break.
Let's go to therapy, chat.
Okay.
Let's start going to therapy.
Michael B. Jordan just won an Oscar, and that lady that called him corny, she on podcast talking with some other women, talking about how she didn't really call him corny. He should have retracted that. But my whole thing is she openly admitted to bullying, bro. When you openly disrespect somebody and they call you out on that shit and you get blowback from that, it's not up to that person to make things right with you. Being a disrespectful person, being a bully to somebody, all of that can catch up with you. And when it does catch up with you, you have to handle all of that yourself. Why are you looking at Michael B. Jordan to try to save you for some bullshit that you did? Just because you apologize to somebody doesn't mean they gotta rock with you. Doesn't mean they have to accept it. Doesn't mean they have to do anything in your favor. That's on you. Calling somebody corny or not is semantics. She says she bullied, bro. She said they all did. So he caught you. He's seen you.
Well,
and he said he ain't rocking with you. You gotta handle that. You can't say whatever the fuck you want.
Hey, I mean, like I said earlier, bro, he seen that when the opportunity came for him to address it, he addressed it. Maybe it's one of those things that, like, I'm not finna text you about it, but when I see you in person, I'm gonna say something to you about it. But now we talking when I'm the star of the show. That's just how it lined up. Hallelujah. You feel me? So with that, it is what it is. You know, you said it online, it got addressed online, and online people are going to say online things, and those online things are going to make you feel a certain way. I mean, shit, you might not say it out your mouth, but you ain't defend my name. So, shit, y'all tandem, y'all a duo. I'm going to treat y'all both the same. You feel me?
And think that there won't be consequences behind that. You gotta live with that. You gotta eat that.
I think that is another thing that I have issue with. Everybody believes that, like, if I give some sort of apology, then it shouldn't matter. If I give some sort of, hey, I did do this wrong thing in the past and I'm sorry, that everybody should just give you some sort of forgiveness or grace or whatever the case may be. To be quite honest with you, you lucky Michael B. Jordan even stopped on the red carpet.
Now that I think about it, that's like someone saying, damn, David used to be a lame ass nigga back in high school, but you was hella nice though. Like, you was hella nice. And then the person they talking to is like, man, hey, bro used to walk to school or some shit. It's like, nigga, he just called me lame, and you gonna talk about me walking to school? Like, you ain't gonna address the elephant in the room? That's what it was. She didn't address the elephant in the room, which was corny. The word corny. Nice. You could get away with being nice. You know what I'm saying? You could be a nice guy. Nice and corny? And then you talking about something he used to bring his headshots to. Now it takes me back to those days. I feel like you teasing me again. Because if you was teasing me back in high school, and that's the way and that's the thing you bring up when someone talks about me being corny, you talk about me bringing my headshots to high school, like I used to do back in the day, I'm going to think you're teasing me again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to think you talking slick, and then when I catch you, I'm gonna talk to you. So that's really what I think it is.
Speak to you to even have that bit of viral moment to where you can be on these different podcasts and different stuff like that today. I'm getting sick of the internet and the whole, like, I apologize, therefore I should be forgiven game, especially with no work behind it.
You're not wrong. But I also feel like that is, I don't know, like the story folks are shown time and time again in books, in movies, in social media. I'm sorry. And then everything is great. It's not real life. Right. You can say I'm sorry. You can do all the things. And yet, at the end of the day, you still harm somebody.
That also happened on a different podcast earlier this week. Oh, actually.
That's why I never say sorry if you don't mean it. Never apologize if you're not going to change. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasting your time and your word mean nothing no more. Like, if you say I'm sorry to someone that first time and they believe you and then you capping, they can't trust you again. How can I trust you again? I'm telling you, bro.
It happened on Gil's podcast.
Oh, is he okay?
No, he's fine. But one of the producers made a video mimicking one of the co-hosts for having a speech impediment, a stuttering problem. Oh. And this was before he was on the show. And so he had never seen said clip, never seen anything like that until maybe a couple of days ago. And then he confronted the dude live on the podcast.
Something recently was brought to my attention that one of the people that works here that we see daily, and I brought this person into my home. Had this person around my wife, my kids, right? Treat them nothing but respect. This is a loyalty situation I want people to, with their kids, right? Teaching situation. When people tell you be careful who you bring into your inner circle. Yeah, motherfucker. Be careful who you bring into your home. This is this situation that I'm speaking of right now. Hey, Suge, come here. Can you explain this video to me?
Yeah, that's the video we talked about.
No, we didn't talk about shit.
Yeah, we did speak about it.
No, you tried to apologize. So.
He can't even get a goddamn sitting down with us. That's the Stutter Man. So the Stutter Man can run the show. Can't fucking talk straight.
So when I brought you into my home, this how you felt?
No, I apologize.
Huh? No, but so this how you felt when I brought you into my home and had you around my wife and kids?
No, that's not how I felt.
So what did you go out your way when someone is showing me love in the moment? You go out your way to disrespect me.
I don't think
I'll tell you the context that's missing from I don't know if Omizi gonna talk about it, but the part that's not being shown is that the dude in the red, he said that before he got on the podcast and before he met Kenyon Martin in person and all that shit. And from my understanding, because I seen a video on this the other day, is that when he did get up with Kenyon Martin, he tried to apologize to him, but Kenyon Martin didn't really know what he was apologizing for, so he kind of brushed it off. But then once he found out what he was apologizing for, this is how he chose to address it. That's at least how I remember the situation. So it wasn't like yo, we friends already, and then I go on a podcast and I talk crazy about you, and then I go back in your face like everything cool, and then the podcast drop, and now you see me talking crazy about you. It wasn't a situation like that. It was more so I was talking shit about you before I met you. I met you in person and got to know you, and then I tried to address it with you, and there was some miscommunication on me addressing it with you, and now we addressing it this way.
Being disrespectful. Disrespectful. When that's something that I've stated time and time again on this couch. Sensitive subject, Sensitive subject for me, right? I drew a line in the sand a long time ago with this. There's no apology ever that, as an adult, that I would accept for this.
And so to me, there's like this air on social media that like, yo, he apologized, she apologized, we should be able to get over it. But that's not how that works. And especially in that Michael B. Jordan situation where now she's basically clout chasing, because I'm gonna call it clout chasing. He should come on my show. Girl, you're not sorry, you want an opportunity. Like, that's 100% what it is. He just so happened to be the one who broke up out of the system, made it, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And now you want him to give you some shine off of you being familiar with him from back in the day. But you did what you did. You said what you said. And
That's
you gotta
true.
face what you gotta face. And I think it's really eating her up because he's not really acknowledging it either.
And that's really the rub.
I will say this though. We ain't gonna act like I know Omiji not doing this, but I also want to make this clear. We're not gonna act like she's not successful herself, right? She's successful herself. Michael B. Jordan just happened to be a star. You feel me? So with that, we got to make sure it's one of those things. I definitely feel like she's trying to be like, yo, you should come on my show and address that as like she really want to address it, but she also trying to use it as an opportunity to get some more money. I get it. I understand. But from Michael B side, he like, I ain't doing all that.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Y'all bullies. I done forgave a couple of y'all.
Were you bullied? Be honest.
Bullied?
Yes.
I think everybody was bullied to an extent.
Okay. If you had to say you were either the bullied or the bully, what would you say you were? Only two options.
Some people would say I was the bully, but I would say that I was.
There we go.
Well, let me finish. So I would say I was the diffuser.
No. Only two options. Only two options in this scenario. Bullied, the victim, or the bully, the perpetrator.
Gaslighter. Yeah, man. For all the bullies out there, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Don't think that those people forgot.
They didn't. We didn't. They didn't. We didn't.
You were bullied?
I was.
Do you think I bullied?
Damn. Hey, shout out Omiji for the video. You did your thing. Honestly, Michael B. Jordan, he addressed it how you wanted to address it. And this is the route he chose. You know, people don't forget things. People are allowed to feel how they're allowed to feel no matter how long time goes. You feel me? Because we got to also remember, say I may have known you for a year. And for that whole year, you was an asshole. 10 years go by, we don't know each other. I meet you again. I'm probably like, yo, my last memory of you is you being an asshole. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Or my last memory of you talking about me being corny. You know, we don't have enough good interactions for me to give you that benefit of the doubt. You feel me? So that's kind of my take on it. It is what it is. Michael B. Jordan going crazy, doing this thing. Shawty trying to get some more views. Niggas gotta eat. I feel it. I'm gone. Peace.